The strike came faster than thought. The human child moved before the crystalline blade completed its arc, her small body twisting beneath the sweep with impossible timing. Instructor Vekmoth's training weapon passed through empty air where her skull had been a microsecond before. The blade hummed its disappointed song against the practice hall's gravity field. Silence crashed through the observation deck. Queen Sareth's primary eyes fixed on the training floor 3 levels below. Her scales rippled pale blue, the color of profound uncertainty. In 4,000 cycles ruling the Keshet Dominion, she had never seen a species move like that. The child hadn't predicted, hadn't calculated. She had simply moved, as if her body knew the future. Replay, Sayrith commanded. Her voice carried the harmonic depth that made kingdoms tremble. The holographic record manifested in the air. Vekmoth's strike descended in perfect form, honed through 8 centuries of practice. The blade moved at combat speed, fast enough to test elite warriors, fast enough to kill if the safety fields failed. The human child, barely 7 rotations old by their primitive calendar, stood motionless until the final instant. Then her head tilted 3 degrees. Her shoulders dropped, her knees bent. The blade passed. Luck, offered General Thexvan from the shadows. His scarred mandibles clicked nervously. Show me the previous 17 attempts, Sayrith said. The air filled with overlapping images. 17 strikes from 17 angles. 17 impossible escapes. The child dodged backward, sideways, down. She rolled. She swayed. She moved through spaces that shouldn't have existed. Not once did the instructor's weapons touch her. That is not luck, Sareth whispered. Below, Vekmoth stood frozen, his teaching blade trembling in his primary grip.
He was staring at the child with all...
Around the practice hall, other instructors had stopped their sessions. 40 elite warriors watched a human youngling who should have been crying for her mother. The child looked up. Her eyes, those strange forward-facing predator eyes, found Sayrith through 3 levels of reinforced crystal. She didn't smile, didn't wave. She simply met the queen's gaze and held it. A chill traced Sareth's spine ridge. Bring her to the observation deck, she said. Now. Protocol demanded the child be escorted through decontamination, processed through 6 security checkpoints, and presented in the formal audience chamber. But Sareth's tone carried the weight of absolute authority. The guards knew better than to waste time on protocol. 3 minutes later, the child stood before her. She wore the simple gray training uniform all students received. Her dark hair was pulled back in the human fashion. She was small, barely reaching Sareth's lower thorax, and her skin still carried the softness of extreme youth, but her eyes were old, ancient even. What is your name? Sareth asked in perfectly accented human English. Emma Chen, Your Majesty. The child's voice was steady. No fear, no awe. Just fact. How did you dodge Instructor Vekmoth's strike? I saw where it would be and went somewhere else. The simplicity of the answer made Sayrith's scales flash orange, frustration mixed with fascination. Humans cannot predict the future. Your species has no psionic capability. You should not have seen anything. I didn't predict, Emma said. She tilted her head exactly the same way she had dodged the blade. I just knew. General Thexvan stepped forward. The child is lying or confused, my queen. Perhaps the stress of training has... Be silent. Sayrith's rebuke cut like a blade. She leaned down until her face was level with Emma's. The child didn't flinch, didn't step back. Show me your hands. Emma extended her small hands, palms up. Sayrith studied them with her analytical eyes, the middle set designed to detect deception, mutation, or enhancement. The child's hands were unremarkable. No cybernetic implants. No genetic markers for psionic talent. No hidden technology. Just human flesh and bone and the faint calluses from training weapons. You have been with us for 6 moon cycles, Sayrith said. Your performance scores have been adequate, not exceptional. Your instructors report you were diligent but unremarkable. Yet today you achieved something that should be impossible for your species. I got better, Emma said. Warriors train for centuries to move as you move today. I'm a fast learner. The observation deck's tension could have shattered diamond. Sareth's guards stood rigid, hands near weapons they would never draw in the Queen's presence. General Thexvan's breathing had become audible, a sign of deep stress in his species. The other observers pressed against the walls, desperate to witness this moment while remaining invisible. Sareth straightened to her full height. There is a test, she said slowly. It is not used often. It is dangerous, but it will show me the truth of what you are. I will take it, Emma said immediately. You don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. I'll take it. That response, that absolute certainty without information, told Sarith more than any scan could reveal. This child was not like other humans. The Dominion had studied Earth species for 2 decades, ever since first contact. Humans were adaptable, aggressive, emotionally volatile, and dangerous in groups. But they were not prescient. They did not possess the reflexes Emma had demonstrated. Unless something had changed. The test is called the Gauntlet of Knowing, Sarith explained. You will face 3 opponents simultaneously. They will attack with intent to harm. If you dodge as you dodged Vekmoth, you will survive uninjured. If you cannot repeat your performance, you will be wounded severely. Our medical technology can repair almost any damage, but the pain will be extraordinary. Sarith felt her scales shift through colors she hadn't displayed in centuries, colors that predated her crown, that reached back to when she had been a warrior herself. This child's confidence was either supreme ignorance or profound truth. In 3 minutes she would know which. Now, Sehereth said. We start now. The practice hall was cleared in moments. 3 of the Dominion's finest combat instructors took positions in a triangle around Emma. They carried real blades this time, not training weapons. The safety fields were deactivated. The Queen's order had been absolute. Test the child with genuine threat. Emma stood in the center, her small form dwarfed by warriors who had perfected violence across lifetimes. Sarith raised one claw. The hall fell silent. She dropped her hand. The instructors struck as one, their blades seeking flesh from 3 angles simultaneously. Emma moved. Her body flowed like water through gaps that existed for microseconds. She dropped low as one blade passed overhead, twisted sideways as another sliced the air beside her ribs, rolled forward as a 3rd weapon descended toward her spine. Not one blade touched her. The instructors reset and attacked again, faster this time, with patterns designed to eliminate escape routes. Emma moved through their assault like smoke through a cage. Her eyes were half closed. Her breathing was steady. She looked almost bored. 10 attacks, 20, 50. The instructor's frustration mounted with each failed strike. They increased speed beyond safe limits, their blades moving so fast they whistled. Emma dodged everything. She never struck back, never tried to counter. She simply existed in the spaces where the weapons were not. Finally, Vekmoth stopped. His blade fell to his side. Impossible, he breathed in the Keshet holy tongue. Emma opened her eyes fully and looked up at Sarith. Can I stop now? I'm getting hungry. The Queen descended from the observation deck slowly, her mind racing through implications that terrified her. When she reached the practice hall floor, she dismissed everyone with a gesture. The instructors, the guards, even General Thexvan, all retreated, leaving her alone with the human child. What are you? Sarith asked quietly. I'm Emma Chen. I'm 7 years old. I like strawberry ice cream and I miss my mom. That is not what I asked. Emma's expression shifted. For the first time, something ancient surfaced in her young face. I know what you asked, but I don't have an answer you'll understand. Try me. The child was silent for a long moment. When she spoke again, her voice carried harmonics it shouldn't have been able to produce. Humans are good at surviving. We've survived ice ages and plagues and wars and ourselves. We survived because we learned to see patterns, to know when the predator was coming, to feel the storm before it arrived. You call it instinct. We call it being human. Instinct does not allow you to dodge attacks at combat speed, but evolution does. You've been training humans for 2 decades now, teaching our children, pushing us to be faster, stronger, better. Did you think we wouldn't adapt? Did you think our bodies wouldn't learn? Sahara's scales went white. Absolute shock. That's impossible. Evolution requires thousands of generations. For you, maybe. For us? Emma shrugged. We're humanity. We do impossible things before breakfast. The implications crashed over Sarith like a tidal wave. If this child was right, if humans could adapt this quickly to Keshet training methods, then everything changed. The balance of power. The military calculus. The Dominion's entire strategic position in this sector of space. How many others can do what you do? Sarith demanded. I don't know. I'm the first to show it this clearly, but I won't be the last. We're all getting faster, Your Majesty, all of us who train here. We're becoming something new. Sareth looked at the child, really looked at her. Emma Chen was 7 years old. In 20 years, she would be a warrior in her prime. In 40 years, she might be leading Earth's forces. In a century, if humans lived that long, she could reshape the galaxy. And she was just the first. I need to speak with your parents, Sareth said, and with Earth's diplomatic corps, and with my science council. This changes everything, Emma Chen. That's why I let you see. We're not trying to hide. We're not trying to threaten. We're just trying to survive and grow.
Like we always have.
Sareth activated her personal comm. Summon the full council. Priority Alpha. She looked down at Emma one more time. The child smiled. A genuine, innocent smile that belonged to her age, but her eyes remained ancient, knowing. Aware of futures that hadn't yet arrived but somehow already existed in the spaces between moments. Humanity, Sareth realized, was about to surprise the galaxy once again, and this time, the miracle had been logged in the Dominion's own records, witnessed by the Queen herself, impossible to deny or dismiss. The universe was about to learn what it meant, when humans said they were adaptable, the hard way.